Alrighty, as promised, a little update here in the online driver ed course. So the third marking period ended on Friday, and we're now into the fourth marking period. This is where it gets weird. So I'm going to jump right into this, then I'll kind of get into some of the stuff that's new for the fourth marking period. So first of all, this course is an approved course through PennDOT. And basically, for me to be able to issue a student a certificate of completion, they need to complete the entire course. So this is where things are much different than a typical class that students would take in school here. So the easiest way to think about this is it's much more of a semester-based course than it is a marking period-based course. So the semester would be both the third and fourth marking periods kind of combined. So at this point in time, I've gone into the grade book, and anything that is missing from the third marking period has been marked missing. And when it gets marked missing, there is a 0 entered into the grade book. So you should see in PowerSchool all of the third marking period grades. If it was completed, there should be a number, hopefully bigger than 0 there. If it wasn't completed, you'd see a 0, and again, it'd be marked missing. For students to be able to move on in the course and get to module 5, which is the first for the fourth marking period, they have to have completed all the work prior. So this is where it's interesting. If I am a student in the course and I only finish through module 2, I won't have access to the module 4 information yet. I have to complete module 3, I have to complete module 4, and then I'll have access to module 5. So for those students who didn't complete all the work, they have to do the work from the third marking period to be able to then access the fourth marking period. Grading. I do not take points off for lateness. Throughout the whole course, I won't take any points off for being late. Again, I treat it more of a semester-based course. So even if students are all the way back here in module 2, module 1, wherever, when they submit the work, they'll be graded up on how well they complete the assignment. No points taken off for lateness. So a student right now could have a 10% in the course. They'll be able to still complete that work and not lose points. As far as report cards, everyone's always worried about grades, report cards. I have to submit all of my third marking period grades on Wednesday. If students turn in work from the third marking period after Wednesday, it will not be reflected on the third marking period report card. However, when we get to the fourth marking period report card, the last report card of the year, I have the ability to go back and change what the third marking period grade said. So if on the report card it shows a 50%, and they complete the work they needed to, and they end up with a 90% for the third marking period, when we get to the end of the school year, I'll be able to go back into that third marking period and put the appropriate grade. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's something completely kind of foreign to what we're used to, but I do have the ability to do that. So that being said, even if their score is terrible this marking period, they have the ability to get it done. And there's some students out there who did not do very well. So have to do all the work through module 4 to be able to gain access to module 5. I'm going to briefly talk about module 5 here. So this is related to natural laws. So basically how our vehicle is moving and what it wants to do. Right? Vehicles want to go in a straight line. We're designed to go straight. In order for us to go and make turns and things like that, we have to do something physically in the vehicle, or else we end up in a bad spot. So that's the first part, is understanding all the ways that these natural laws come into play, especially like center of gravity, inertia, things like that. And I know that's pretty advanced. We don't get too much into it. After that, we talk about tire tread and tire pressure. The assignment is to actually do what we call the penny check, where you take a penny, you put it in the tire tread, to see how much tread's left. All right, you could use an actual gauge, but most of us don't have that. So you put a penny in there, you put Lincoln's head down. If his head's covered, then typically you have enough tread on your tires. If you can see his whole head, then you're probably getting pretty low. So that's an assignment. The stopping distance one, there's a couple of videos they're going to watch so students understand how long and how far it takes a vehicle to come to a stop and all the different factors that impact that. And there's quite a few of them. All right, speed is the ultimate one, and we tend to see speed being the biggest issue with young drivers. This assignment talks about a lot of the modern safety features in vehicles. All right, so other than just airbags and things like that, we now have all these sensors. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on in a vehicle. Again, kind of talk a little bit about those things. At the end, as always, there is an assessment. Students need to score an 8 out of 10 on that assessment. So that is Module 5. Just to give you a preview, I'm not going to talk about them, but the other things that are in this fourth marking period, basic vehicle maneuvers is just what it sounds like, making your very typical type movements that you would do. Parallel parking is the biggie that we talk about here. Sharing the road with other roadway users. So things like school buses, large vehicles, etc. Situational driving is in different environments, such as city driving, driving more in a rural setting, expressway driving, all that good stuff. And then the last one are some of the effects that a vehicle may or a driver may experience when driving. All right, so DUI is probably the biggie, but it could be any other type of distracting or whatever it is. Again, there's an extra credit opportunity at the end. If students want to do, they do not need to do that. So just to recap, even if they haven't done it yet, they have to finish through Module 4 for Module 5 to appear for them. Grades will be updated daily here. Wednesday's the cutoff for the marking or the report card. Even if they complete work after that, it'll again be reflected on their report card in the fourth marking period. I know that's a lot of information. If you have questions about it, please ask. I know it's unusual. But basically, students have the entire semester to submit everything, and it has to be chronological. I hope that helps. I'll be back again probably in about 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, one more thing. At the top, here's the pacing guide for the fourth marking period. So if students are on pace here, by April 4th, they should have the Module 5 finished. All right, and if you look here, I actually end a week earlier. That gives students that extra week just to get things turned in. Hope that helps. Hope you have a great week. If you have anything for me or you're unsure of anything, please feel free to shoot me a message. Thanks. Bye.